right, back at Revelations 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. All right, and you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know that the elders of our nation, especially the males, right? Their eyes end up getting red almost for no reason at any time. Whether it be they be tired, or they just took a little bit of, they took a little sip of some booze. They get angry. Their eyes, they stay red. I know mine. I'm not that old. I'm still a younger man, but my eyes pretty much stay red around the clock. Real veiny, real red. And my old man, like, as far as I can remember, even being younger and him being younger, his eyes would just continually stay red. So that's what it's talking about. That Yahawashi Hamashiach, and the Most High, they're angry with the wicked every day. So you can only imagine how red their eyes are. You know. Continuing, Revelations 1 and 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Alright, his feet like unto fine brass. So let's look up some fine brass. Alright. So I typed in burned brass in Google. Alright, so you got some brass. You got some brass that's been under some heat, and then you got some burned brass right here. You already know that there's brothers, the brothers in the truth, and the men of the Lord who are pushing this truth out already have their depictions, right, up of the color, right, of the true Lord, who is Yahawashi Hamashiach. And you can find these images everywhere, but there you go. That's burnt brass. When you burn anything, it turns black. You know what I'm saying? And brass already being brown, then turning black, so you can just imagine the intensity, right, of the darkness, of the dark brown that was Yahawashi's skin. Look at this, burned brass. All right, so super dark, right, super dark brown. All right, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Like the dude who did the voice of Luke Skywalker's dad, Darth Vader, right? That was a so-called black man. You know what I'm saying? Morgan Freeman, they always get him to narrate anything and everything, because, so-called black men have, the voice as the sound of many waters, But lo and behold, you watch these movies based on the Bible where they have whitewashed everyone, and Jesus and his prophets and disciples end up talking like a bunch of soft Boy Scouts, womanly almost, and that's not scriptural at all. It's the opposite. They were austere men, they had to raise their voices when talking to crowds, definitely not lower them and stroke people's hair and give them all kinds of hugs. Man, that's out of there. That's not to be found in scripture. Alright, and I'm going to go to Revelations 22 and 13, alright? And this is referencing Yahawashi Hamashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And I want to show you a clip out of this National Geographic, right, recreation of Adam, the first man, right, the Alpha, okay? A forensic scientist made a sculpture of Adam's dome, right, using everything he could, right, any information he could, that area of the world, and then a little bit of common sense, some common knowledge. So here it is.
I picture him very much alive with a lot of the basic feelings that we have today. Confidence one point, insecurity at another.
Finally, Wells comes face to face with the man he's been searching for. A new portrait of the common ancestor of every man today. Adam.
expression. He's got a very forceful look.
He's got a very forceful look. Yeah, because these were austere men. All right, they were serious men. They were about their father's business. You know what I'm saying? They weren't effeminate men. Trying to radiate the ocean and pollute the earth and go kill animals for sport and radiate everybody and give them cancer with 5G technology, or go to the moon and crash a bunch of rocket ships on the way there. Like, nah, man, they were serious men. All right. So there you have it, right?
He's intent on something, maybe taking over the world.
And he will take over the world, as Yahawashi Hamashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ. He's going to be ruling this place, right? And then the men beneath him, the 144,000 elect men, are going to be kings and priests under Yahawashi Hamashiach. All right. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi.